I finally found the protein bars that suit me, okay? I'm gonna tell you what they changed. Because I was getting these sandwiches when they were completely whole sandwiches in a triangle. They downsized it to this size bread. Because I'm telling you, the triangle size bread was larger than this. It's all about deflating the amount and inflating the price, I'm telling you. I finished up my sides prep for the next week, okay? We are feeling very much together. Oh my gosh, and completely nutrient balanced, you know? So we got here tricolor quinoa. Love me some quinoa. I toss on my salads and I eat it by itself with some vegetables. Lentils. I eat the lentils and soup with some veggie broth, or I throw it over some quinoa or throw it over some rice. Right, and we got jasmine brown rice and some good old broccoli. Just quick go-tos. Quick go-tos and balanced nutrition. Fiber packed. Everything here is packed in fiber. You know? Satiation. And whole food plant-based nutrients. It's my regular, normal, everyday, seem like tofu. Okay? This was the tofu I was talking about, how I just, boom, put it in the oven, hard roasted, and it is meaty. A meaty-like texture. Quick shot of mama's fridge. I love a stock fridge. And I'm really tapping into my protein shakes now. But I'm just pretty much limiting it to one a day for the most part. Maybe 1.5 depending on, where satiety lies. But it seems to be working out well. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying my little protein shake most of the time at the end of the evening, because that's when I typically drink them. I finally found the protein bars that suit me, okay? Suit me in decadence, suits me in the macros, all right, completely. Something that includes fiber but does not taste like a chalkboard. A lot of those other protein bars I've had, great. Like, I love the pure protein, but it lacks fiber. It lacks fiber. So banging with the Quest net carb low. You talking about 3 to 4 net carbs. And the size of these bars are nice and girthy. The texture is on point. The flavor is insane. The apple pie, amazing. Okay? The overloaded chocolate explosion, child. Every chocolate fix you need in your life is right here. Okay? This is definitely evening decadence for me. This is a dessert for me. This is a part of my 0.5 meal. This is a part of the sweet takeaways that I make sure I have. For the most part. If it's not every day, every other day, however I can fit in, I'm getting a sweet takeaway, but it's gonna be worth my while, and it's gonna benefit me macro wise, for the most part. Classic tuna fish sandwich at 7-Eleven. It's something about it. It's put on that regular white bread and it still just hit. This is one of those sandwiches I definitely would always get from 7-Eleven. And the regular egg salad, but they only have like this Q pie egg salad, okay? And that's like heavily loaded in fat because of the mayo. So we're gonna go with tuna. We got a classic heavily loaded bag lunch, the brown bag. The brown bag lunch from 7-Eleven. It's hitting with heavy sun today. Sun is serving today. Sun is serving. I'm here for it. Yo, this brings back so many memories. I love tuna fish in general, but like the 7-Eleven tuna fish and the 7-Eleven egg salad sandwich, just amazing on the palate. I'm telling you, it's just the softness and a hint of sweetness. And it's just, they do it right. They really do it right. I'm like so hyped to eat this. Not even eating all of it, but I just, I want to take a bite. And you know what they did change? I'm going to tell you what they changed. Because I was getting these sandwiches when they were completely whole sandwiches in a triangle. They downsized it to this size bread. Because I'm telling you, the triangle size bread was larger than this. It's all about deflating the amount and inflating the price, I'm telling you. Amen. Mm. Mm. That crunch, that celery. Mm. And listen, I'm not even a real mayonnaise person. Only in my potato salad. I tolerate it if it's done the right way in tuna salad. But when I make my own tuna salad, I use light ranch. Um, uh, if I did have to use mayo, I was using that vegan mayo. And for my egg salad sandwiches, I would use like, vegan mayo, but it would just be enough. I don't like things too mayonnaisey. I just really don't. And even if it's just regular mayo, it don't have to be vegan mayo because that's just the omission of the egg. But even just with the regular mayo, because I can go both ways, it's just I don't like that heavy mayo taste. I don't like, it definitely has to be light. Mm-mm. You got a chip. You got a kettle chip. 7-Eleven brand. Mm. Nothing like a kettle. Ain't nothing like a kettle chip, yo. I'm hooked on kettle too. The girth of the chip, the crunch of the chip. Sorry, y'all. ASMR. What else we got in this bag? I went out a little bit. Marginally. We got here 2-pack of red velvet cookies. Okay? And it looked like it's white chocolate in there and regular chocolate in there. The macros aren't too bad. One cookie is 240 calories, 33 grams of carb, one fiber, so it's only 32 grams of carb. Protein 3, added sugar, of course. I'm paying attention to the fat content. The fat content is 11 grams for one cookie. I guess it's not too bad, but I probably would try to eat half of one. Not now, but later, I may eat like half of a cookie. I think you really gotta be mindful when you are tapping into like decadence treats. That's outside of like the healthier, ultra processed, protein forward, fiber forward treats that I usually, got going on. I step out of bounds with something like this every now and then, but typically I'm locked into my protein forward treats. Like I have everything I need to satisfy my sweet fix. Okay, with my zero sugar products. All right, I have no problem using Splenda. It does nothing against my digestive system. I absolutely have no problem with it. As well as my zero sugar whipped cream. You know what I'm saying? It works. And my protein bars, my net carb protein bars, here's the thing. You gotta lock into the lean lifestyle and love the lifestyle in order for it to be sustainable, in order for it to be a forever thing. Otherwise, you're cooked, to be honest with you. You're cooked. You have to love what you do to continue to sustain it. Otherwise, if you don't enjoy what you do, you will end up defaulting backward to old habits. Your journey won't remain. You know what I mean? You will end up reverting back. Slowly, gradual, but you won't be as strong as you were before. So, like, you really have to get into the mindset of being in love with your fitness and nutrition lifestyle to the point where it's romanticized. You're excited about your planning, your weekly resets. You're excited about getting your specific foods that you either go to the market and get, or you order whatever through Amazon on repeat. You have to be that locked in where you do things in redundancy. It's not just like a 1 month thing, or just a challenge type of thing. It's an everyday, forever lifestyle thing. So you want to make sure that you have all the things that you need in accordance to your nutritional lifestyle to satisfy cravings and all, without having to step out of bounds too often for foods that clearly exceed your caloric value you should be consuming, as well as your macro value. So the best way to deal with that is to stick with, your protein forward and fiber forward foods, even in the craving snack realm. You know what I mean? Have your protein forward snacks. It can still be satisfying and romanticizing in this fitness lifestyle, in this lean lifestyle. This lean lifestyle that I'm living, I'm telling you, I am indulging in my 0.5 sweet treats / snacks at the end of the evening, which I will not omit. I will have my 1.5 meals a day, that 0.5 being a corporation of protein forward, fiber forward, dessert snacks on most occasions, okay? That's it. Maybe pair it with some yogurt, plain yogurt, with some zero sugar whipped cream over top and some cinnamon drizzle on top as well, and maybe a couple sprinkles of some Trader Joe old cereal, something like Cheerios, just for a crunch. You really can play around with your indulgences, still living in maintenance, and even in weight loss if you keep account of your caloric value. That's the key. People in this mindset, they feel like, okay, in order for me to take advantage of this, I need to cheat. I need to have a cheat meal, or I need to have a full cheat day. X out the cheat day. That's not existent. cheat meal, I mean, I guess marginally if you really feel it's necessary, but really you should have the mindset as you eating the way you eat for the rest of your life. It's not even a such thing as cheating because you can go and get the food that you want to consume within, a certain level of nutrients. You can satisfy that craving by making an alternative version of the food that you would go pick up. Like, if you're not in that kitchen cooking, you're cooked. You're cooked. If you're not in that kitchen cooking. I make most of my meals and my indulgences. I feel like it's the only way. I have not been out to go get anything in a long time. Eating off key, out in restaurants, buffets, fast food spots in a long time. I think the most I've got was a couple slices. And when I do step out on a platter, I'm getting like salmon, I'm getting something, cooked well with an assortment of vegetables and rice and stuff like that. So I'm still staying on a healthier version of a palate. The most I may splurge on is a decadent dessert. But now, even with that, I'm still watching the calories. I want to see a nutritional label on it for the most part. I don't want to blindly eat something I don't see a label on because I just know how rich it is and how my body will hold on to the macros. Because I'm locked in and I know I can go and indulge in my version of high protein, high fiber snack and dessert and be completely satiated, okay, entirely. Like those protein bars hit on so many levels for me. And then I could have some protein yogurt with it. Just satisfy that cool and sensation to, have, a spoon go into something and it's not ice cream. It'd be yogurt. And even if it was ice cream, that's still a good option. It could be sugar-free ice cream or fat-free ice cream, lower carb ice cream. You can still have these indulgences without tapping all the way outside of bounds to get the higher caloric and higher fat indulgences. Just make this stuff at home. Curtail it, make it at home, or put it together in a way through your protein and fiber snacks. It's really not that difficult as we make it out to be. It's just I think people just want to be fixated on going out into an establishment like a restaurant, a fast food spot or something, and getting food out of there rather than making a version of whatever they're getting themselves. And that kind of speaks to the point of laziness. And that kind of tells you who is going to be able to sustain in his lifestyle anyway. You should be prepping and cooking most of the time. Most of the time. And enjoy it. I don't want anything else pretty much but what I make, to be honest with you, because I am in that kitchen, okay? You see my kitchen says, in this kitchen we dance. We sure do. We dance. We eat. Okay, I eat. I'm not getting wrapped up in this, in this medication to completely obliterate the sensation of eating. No, it's just for me to manage my inflammation, and and get that leptin hormone more under control at a higher level rather than a lower level. Because my leptin hormone is more so at a lower level than a higher level. I'm trying to get it back at a higher level through the incorporation of protein forward and fibrous forward foods. Everybody's ghrelin and leptin levels are at different ranges. And that makes a major difference, which is why GLP-1 is so prevalent to the regulation of the ghrelin and the leptin hormones. Now, it may be short-lived because without the medication, the sedation, the regulation of those hormones lessen the less you use it. So by me not being on it as my once a month dose. I haven't injected since April 27th. We're going into 60 days. It definitely has been a difference, you know. My ghrelin level is still low, which is where I want to keep it. I like a low ghrelin, and I never have a problem with that. My leptin level, however, is low, and my leptin level needs to be higher, because the lower my leptin level is, the more difficult it is to stop eating. You understand? You start, and then you can't turn it off. You know what I'm saying? And that's what can lead into binge eating episodes and stuff like that. A lot of people battle with that more than anything. It's with that leptin. So you really want to focus on the protein forward and fiber forward foods, you know. And, you know, the diuretic teas or other herbal teas that add more satiation and satiety to all help in general with the support of your leptin hormone. All this stuff I'm learning, and the foods that I pick out are crucial for it. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Me and Shiz Tamika been on this zero sugar cranberry, not cranberry, zero, yeah, it is cranberry. This zero sugar cranberry ginger ale, and I also have the zero sugar regular ginger ale. We've been on this for a minute. This is the beginning, yo. I am on these. They're amazing. Zero sugar. Why is it so difficult for people to go to zero sugar or diet soda? This should be the easiest thing to omit a regular soda. Get some type of diet soda or sparkling flavored water, and that's it. That right there does numbers for weight loss. It does numbers for maintenance. Like, that's just something you don't have to really worry about because you don't indulge in sugary drinks. And then you have your mind on other things you want to consume. You know what I'm saying? Moral of the story, y'all. Love your lock-in. Okay? Love your lock-in. If you want to look and feel the best you can for the rest of your life, make your lock-in your own. But lock in. And love the lock-in. Because if you don't love it, if you don't grow, you know, an attachment to it and become used to it and let it become a part of you, then it's more likely that it's not going to be sustainable. Habits gonna creep back in, pounds gonna creep back in, life challenges gonna creep back in. That's further going to possibly affect your discipline in certain areas. And get grounded. Love the lock-in. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Be real.